been 3 days since a child was beaten to death by his school teacher in Jalore district of Rajasthan, and this one incident has again plunged the Gahlot government of the state into a crisis after 9-year-old Indra Meghwal was allegedly beaten to death by his upper caste teacher for drinking water out of a reserved bowl. Gahlot's own party men have now put him in the dock. Today, former Deputy Chief Minister Sachin Pilot visited the victim's family and took on the CM for his assertion that the government has done all it could. In fact, in a series of charges, Gahlot has been attacked by his own party members for not doing enough to help a bereaved family and an injured child. Congress MLA Padmaja Meghwal and at least 5 ward councillors have resigned, citing growing atrocities against Dalits under the Congress government. Today, members of the Bhim army also protested atop a water tank, saying that cases of atrocities against Dalits in Rajasthan are only growing.
लोगों का दुख बांटा है, परिजन बड़े परेशान हैं, दुखी हैं, बच्चे की मौत हुई है और जो संभव सहायता सरकार भी कर रही है, लेकिन हम चाहते हैं कि एक उदाहरण प्रस्तुत किया जाए कि इस प्रकार लाठीचार्ज हुआ है, रात को बच्चे को दफनाया गया है और जो पुलिस अधिकारी इसके लिए जिम्मेदार हैं उनको तुरंत प्रभाव से बर्खास्त करना चाहिए। जो दलित परिवार पीड़ित है, जिसके बच्चे की मौत हुई है, उसके बाप दादाओं को चोटें लगी हैं, वो पट्टी बांध रखी है इन्होंने, उनको आहत किया गया है, तो इसमें तो उनको जो एडीएम और डिप्टी एसपी हैं उनको तुरंत कार्रवाई करनी चाहिए ताकि लोगों के अंदर विश्वास कायम हो।
एक बात मैंने माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी से आपके सामने आपके मार्फत पूछना भी चाहता हूं कि जब परीक्षा में चीज हुई थी उस समय एसटी का जो संचालक था उसकी बिल्डिंग को एक दिन में गिरा दिया जाता है। ऐसा क्या हुआ कि जब यहाँ पे स्कूल के वाले को दोषी माना गया है, स्कूल संचालक की न मान्यता रद्द की है, न कोई बिल्डिंग गिराने का काम किया गया है। दलितों के वोटों से बनी हुई सरकार है। अगर इस तरह से दलित वर्ग के साथ में ऐसा होता रहा तो अभी तो 1-2 विधायकों ने इस्तीफे दिए। आने वाले समय में अगर जरूरत पड़ी तो हम इस्तीफे दे भी देंगे, इस्तीफे ले भी लेंगे। हमारी सरकार होते हुए भी हमें दुख है कि जो चीज कार्रवाई तत्काल प्रभाव से होनी चाहिए थी वो अभी तक नहीं हुई है। पुलिस इसकी जांच कर रही है किस हर पहलू पर कि इस घटना के पीछे क्या कारण रहे, कहीं व्यक्तिगत रंजिश तो नहीं है, कहीं जानकर किसी ने इस प्रकार की घटना को अंजाम तो नहीं दिया गया, इस परिवार के साथ कहीं अन्याय तो नहीं हो रहा है, इस प्रकार को संबल तो नहीं मिल रहा है या नहीं मिल रहा है। इन सारी चीजों को देखने के लिए यहाँ आए हैं और मैं तो विशेषकर मैंने कल इस्तीफे के साथ ही कहा था कि मैं वहाँ उसके पैतृक गाँव में जाऊंगा, उसकी आत्मा की संतुष्टि करूंगा, उसके परिवारों को संबल दूंगा और जो सरकार के द्वारा जो इनकी मांगे उन मांगों को मनवाने के लिए बात करेंगे। इस परिवार को ले जाएंगे, इसकी जो भी मांगी होगी, चाहे वो अनुदान की हो, सरकारी नौकरी की हो, इनको सुरक्षा की बात हो, सारी चीजों पर खुलकर बात करेंगे और इनका साथ।
But the most glaring omission in this entire tragedy is that of the Gandhis themselves, leaders who in the past have marched for justice, and rightly so, for Dalits, but in opposition ruled states. They have sought accountability from none less than the chief ministers of those states. This time have stayed remarkably absent and conspicuously non-committal when it comes to seeking accountability for 9-year-old Indra Meghwal in Jalore. The question is, why?
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Political strategist George Kurian joins us along with Gokul Chandran, political analyst continuing with us, leader of the Congress Kamru Choudhury, Laxmikant Bhardwaj, spokesperson of the BJP in Rajasthan, to whom I want to ask the first question. Teacher का arrest हो गया है, लक्ष्मीकांत भारद्वाज जी, अब क्या चाहिए? All right. Let me also bring in Kamru Choudhury. Kamru Choudhury, the former Deputy Chief Minister in Rajasthan, is the one who is accusing the government of not doing enough. They're saying, why aren't the cops suspended for forcible cremation in the midnight? Cops not suspended for lathi charging victim's family, even FIR was filed late. Has Indra Meghwal been let down?
Well, yeah, nobody is letting down anybody. Padmaja, let me just say, first and foremost, you must understand that this is a societal issue. Whatever happened is very unfortunate and must be condemned in the strongest of the possible words that is possible. Point here is that the Rajasthan government in its own right has tried its level best to seek justice for the victim. It has tried to provide compensation under the SC/ST Act. Even the
but
Congress
Sachin
party
Pilot doesn't think
has
offered Padmaja Meghwal is a Congress MLA. He resigned, saying कि दलितों के खिलाफ लगातार अत्याचार बढ़ते जा रहे हैं राजस्थान के अंदर. And in fact, you were so incensed, I remember, and rightly so, about a forcible cremation in Hathras. That is exactly what is being alleged in Jalore as well. That the family was forced to forcibly cremate the boy. Why aren't you incensed today? Today you're saying this is the best that you can do.
Padmaja, I don't want to go into whatever about this unfortunate incident out here. You must all understand that this is a societal issue.
Really?
Which has been plaguing India for since long.
So let me just remind you that when it came to other states, it's very convenient, because when it is Congress ruled states, it's a societal issue. When it comes to other party states, then it is a political issue. In Hathras, here is what Priyanka Gandhi Vadra said. No. This is blood on Yogi Adityanath's hands. He has no moral right to continue as chief minister. In the Delhi Cant case, Rahul Gandhi went and visited the victim's family and said that any effort that is being done to try and intimidate the family, I will be standing rock solid with them. I will not bow down. On Hathras, Rahul Gandhi called it the constant exploitation of Dalits at the hands of Yogi government, which is equivalent to Gundaraj. Then it was about Gundaraj, then it was about Dalits. Now it is a societal issue.
10 instances, even I can... No, Padmaja, if you want to cite some examples from particular states where the Congress party has objected and has protested, then I can cite another 10 more instances. You see the incident today.
Sir, I am making a simple apples to apples comparison. If you want justice for Dalits, and you think that any atrocity that happens reflects on the government being anti-Dalit, then the same applies to you in Congress. In Rajasthan, it applies to you. It's an exactly apples to apples comparison.
To the Congress party, but you must understand, the government is never seen in this particular Jalore incident to be siding with the criminals.
But you have, and Sachin Pilot is saying it, sir. Sachin Pilot is saying, should I play out for you again what your own MLAs are saying? They are saying कि जबरदस्ती cremation karaya gaya. Do you know, for 24 days the police kept quiet as the family was pressured by upper caste people to reach a settlement for 5 lakh rupees. This is how the government is seen standing with the culprits. You did nothing as the upper caste people were forcing the Dalit family to reach an agreement. What are you talking about?
No, I am not talking about anything, madam. The most important thing out here, now you see the action of the Rajasthan government right now. An inquiry has already been ordered in the highest level. Even in the cases of Udaipur also, you see what justice the Congress government has given to them.
By the way, in the 3 cases that have happened till now, but before you, let me quickly get in Laxmikant Bhardwaj. यहाँ पर कांग्रेस के नेता कह रहे हैं, लक्ष्मीकांत भारद्वाज, कि जो करना था वो कर लिया, अब क्या प्रॉब्लम है आपको?
देखिए, ये तो सरकार को पहले दिन समझना चाहिए था कि 20 जुलाई को एक घटना हुई थी और इसकी जो बच्चे की मौत हुई वो 11 अगस्त को हुई है। 23 दिन तक एक घायल बच्चा अस्पताल में भर्ती था, उसको सरकार ने कोई सहायता नहीं दी, उसको कोई अच्छे हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट नहीं कराया, ना उस टीचर के खिलाफ कोई कार्रवाई की, तो सरकार की नेग्लिजेंसी नहीं है ये। और केवल ये इस घटना से ये साबित नहीं होता कि इन्होंने क्या किया और क्या नहीं किया। एक पूरी सीरीज है राजस्थान में कि दलितों के ऊपर अत्याचार के कितने सारे मामले इन लोगों की सरकार आने के बाद यहां दर्ज हुए हैं। केवल 3.5 साल में 27,000 से ज्यादा मुकदमे दलितों के ऊपर अत्याचार के दर्ज हो चुके हैं। कभी दलित दूल्हे को घोड़ी से उतार दिया जाता है, कभी पीट कर मार दिया जाता है, कभी बच्चे को मार दिया जाता है, लेकिन कोई कार्रवाई नहीं होती। यहां तक कि एक इंसिडेंट हुआ हरीश जाटव का, उसको पीट कर मार दिया, उसकी एफआईआर तक मर्डर में इन्होंने दर्ज नहीं की। 1 महीने के बाद उसके पिता ने, हरीश जाटव के पिता ने सुसाइड कर लिया। इस तरह राजस्थान की सरकार काम कर रही है और इसी के कारण है कि राजस्थान में जो अपराधी थे वो तो अपराध कर रहे हैं, जो अपराधी नहीं थे उनका भी हौसला बुलंद हो रहा है। और इसीलिए कि ये जो घटना हॉस्पिटल में इस स्कूल में हुई है वो इसलिए हुई है क्योंकि सरकार का इकबाल खत्म हो चुका है, पुलिस का इकबाल खत्म हो चुका है। हर व्यक्ति जो अपराध करने की मानसिकता लेकर दिमाग में चल रहा है वो अपराधी खुलेआम अपराध कर रहा है। और एक के बाद एक ऐसी घटनाएं हो रही हैं कि राजस्थान की सरकार कोई कार्रवाई नहीं करती, राजस्थान की सरकार कोई स्ट्रिक्ट एक्शन नहीं करती, ऐसी कोई मंशा जाहिर नहीं कर सकती कि अपराधियों में इस बात का कोई डर हो।
कमर चौधरी,
you did not give me uninterrupted time now. Yeah, the basic point this gentleman is trying to prove here that Congress party and the Rajasthan government is directly committing these crimes. A laughable thing. A crime has been committed, it has come to the notice of the administration of the government, action has been taken, adequate compensation is being provided to the victim's family. Now the BJP wants to politicize this issue.
लक्ष्मीकांत भारद्वाज, आप तो ऐसा बोल रहे हैं जैसे कि गहलोत साहब खुद कर रहे हैं कुछ क्राइम।
आप सरकार है सर, सरकार हैं आप, और सरकार का काम यह होता है कि अगर किसी राज्य में एक घटना होती है उसके ऊपर ऐसा कार्रवाई करिए कि दूसरे के लिए वो नजीर बने। पूरी सीरीज है आपकी राजस्थान में एक के बाद एक दलितों के ऊपर अत्याचार की, जिसमें आपने सरकार के रूप में क्या कार्रवाई की है, इसलिए जिम्मेदार खुले तौर पर कांग्रेस पार्टी है और वहां की सरकार है। मैं आपको दर्जनों उदाहरण गिना सकता हूं, दर्जनों उदाहरण गिना सकता हूं जिसमें अपराध हुआ और अपराधी के पक्ष में सरकार खड़ी हुई नजर आई। कोई अपराधी के पक्ष में सरकार खड़ी नजर आई, इसलिए जब एक अपराध पे कार्रवाई नहीं होगी तो दूसरे लोग खड़े हुए।
10 seconds.
कमल चौधरी,
The basic point out here is that the hypocrisy of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Today, Bilkis Bano's rapists were being released from the jail.
अरे आप बिल्किस बानो छोड़िए, बच्चे की बात करिए ना सर, उस बच्चे की बात करिए 8 साल के बच्चे की जिसको पीट कर मार दिया गया, उसकी बात करिए ना, उसकी बात करिए ना। और आज एक दूसरा इंसिडेंट अलवर में हुआ है, अलवर में आज एक दूसरा इंसिडेंट हुआ है, चिरंजीवी लाल सैनी को पीट कर मार दिया गया अलवर में, आज हुआ है।
Who has stood for strongly against the SC/STs.
Really? But you know, you're talking about justice for SC/STs in Rajasthan. Let me actually bring in George Kurian and quote to you NCRB data from Rajasthan, where between 2018 and 2020 there is a 52.31% growth in crimes against scheduled castes. This is NCRB data, George Kurian. And then take a look at what has happened now. Indra Meghwal is but a statistic in this 52.31% growth of atrocities against Dalits. George Kurian.
Padmaja, this incident that has come to light, it is really disheartening. My deepest condolence to the family members of Indra Meghwal. This incident shouldn't have happened in the first place. We all should understand and have to note we are in the 75th Indian independence year, and such incident coming to light raises questions about still the caste system prevails in this country.
No, hold on a second. This is exactly what I said in the beginning, that when it happens in states where you are in power, it becomes about Brahminism, about Manuvad, about patriarchy. Then all crimes are seen in the larger problem of social fabric. But when it happens in Uttar Pradesh, when it's about Madhya Pradesh, then it becomes about the party being anti-Dalit. Why is that, sir? Now suddenly we're talking about what a shame, you know, what a shame. What a shame caste system exists.
Padmaja,
but you didn't have the same standards when it came to Hathras. Then it was about Yogi Adityanath resigning.
Congress party is determined. Even the Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot has taken cognizance of this case. He has gone ahead and he has asked this case to be registered under case officer.
Mr. Kurian, I have a simple question for you. When the Hathras crime happened, Mrs. Vadra said, Yogi Adityanath has lost all moral authority to stay in government. Will you apply? Will she say the same thing of Ashok Gehlot? Same thing. FIR registered late, forcible cremation, lathi charge on family, same challenges, same charges, growing rate of crimes against scheduled caste, scheduled tribes. Will she ask Ashok Gehlot to step down because he's lost moral authority, according to her own standards?
Well, you're taking it in a different light. Ashok Gehlot, Chief Minister of Rajasthan, has taken the cognizance of this case. He has gone ahead and asked this case to be registered under case officer for faster investigation.
Sir, I literally just counted out for you lapses in investigation which your Congress MLAs are giving. Not even the BJP. The Congress has been more vocal this time in saying that Mr. Gehlot has failed. Sachin Pilot, who was your deputy CM, today is saying कि ये कहना काफी नहीं है कि हमने जो करना था वो कर लिया. You need to do more. Sachin Pilot is saying it. Not even Laxmikant Bhardwaj.
That is the beauty about the Congress party. There is dissent within the party. One can speak freely, which is not the case in BJP. If Sachin Pilot has
if you find this beautiful about how a chief minister is being accused of not acting, if you find that beautiful, then I have nothing more to say. Quick rebuttal, Laxmikant Bhardwaj.
I don't agree to that. Ashok Gehlot has taken cognizance of this case.
सचिन पायलट को सुनिए, सचिन पायलट कह रहे हैं कि किसी भी दूसरे राज्य से कंपेयर करके हम राजस्थान को नहीं देख सकते। राजस्थान की घटनाओं को रोकने की जिम्मेदारी राजस्थान की सरकार की है। और मैं फिर कह रहा हूं, ये कोई पहली घटना थोड़ी है राजस्थान में। 27,000 मुकदमे दर्ज हुए, 27,000 मुकदमे पिछले 3.5 साल में। और आप देख लीजिए कि उनमें कितने लोगों को सजा मिली। आप कोई कार्रवाई नहीं करना चाहते, आपकी कोई इच्छा शक्ति नहीं है इसको रोकने के लिए। और ये कोई पहली घटना नहीं है। मैं कह रहा हूं दर्जनों बार ऐसी घटनाएं हुई कि आप दलित दुल्हों को घोड़ी से उतारते हो, आप दलित महिलाओं के ऊपर अत्याचार होता है, आप कुछ नहीं करते, आपकी सरकार कोई काम यहां पर नहीं करती। इसी कारण आप देखिए झालावाड़ में कृष्णा वाल्मीकि को पीट कर मार दिया, अलवर में योगेश जाटव को पीट कर मार दिया, अलवर में ही हरीश जाटव को पीट कर मार दिया गया। आप एक में भी सरकार की सीरियसनेस, सरकार की कमिटमेंट कहीं अगर नजर आई हो तो बताइए, ताकि किसी अपराधी में डर हो, किसी अपराधी में डर हो कि अगर मैं राजस्थान में अपराध करूंगा तो मुझे सजा मिलेगी। आप 7,75,000 FIR.
Okay, if you're saying that you're sensitive, then I have only one parting question to ask of you, Gokul Chandra. Sensitive, definitely. Pro-Dalit, definitely. So when can we expect Mr. Gandhi and Mrs. Gandhi Vadra to be visiting Jalore?
Yeah, Padmaja, good evening. Just give me 1 minute to explain.
Yes.
Okay, I will cherry pick your apple to apple comparison and I'll just answer on that. Remember the Hathras case where you are cornering Mr. George Kurian. I will answer that. See, in Hathras case, the government, the administration, their entire government machinery was trying to hide a crime. In Rajasthan, it has not happened. The government is not
I again would want to repeat to you what Sachin Pilot said today. Sachin Pilot said that there was a hasty cremation of the body, that the parents were being pressured by upper caste, that the police lathi charged the family, and the police is accused of being hand in glove with the culprits. Same cover-up that was alleged in Hathras, sir. And again, if you persist in saying that the government wasn't seen colluding with the culprits, then I have nothing more to say. I am unfortunately out of time, Mr. Gokul Chandran, but I promise you, we'll go back to this story. We will go back to Jalore and try and get to the bottom of who colluded and why, and whether accountability will be sought for that. I wonder if it will happen, because remember, tomorrow Mr. Gahlot is off to Gujarat on election duty. Thanks very much all gentlemen for joining me.